Hey you, it's Matthew Ferry. I am so excited to share with you a couple thoughts. I want to help you right now to feel positive, uplifted, empowered, and I want you to do that right now in spite of the negative, chaotic, uncertain world that we live in. You, right at this moment, have an ability to feel amazing, to have your mind go quiet, to have your intuition come through, and to get to an amazing spot mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It takes just a few steps. I got 4 of them right now for you, but I want to show you where this thing comes from. I got this new book that I'm writing right now. It looks like it's going to be out at the beginning of the year, 2018. Quiet Mind, Epic Life, The Rapid Enlightenment Process Revealed. Now, people say, Matthew, rapid enlightenment, is that even possible? I thought you had to meditate for, eons and eons, and then finally you're gonna be enlightened. Well, I just want you to know that that's what I thought too, but there's actually a system that you can use to instantaneously go into really quiet mind states and stay there for long periods of time, which is gonna open up your intuition, your creativity, your power, and guess what? That's gonna create an epic life. So here's the deal. I want you to redefine enlightenment with me right now, okay? Modern enlightenment is the ability to maintain a calm and peaceful state in a chaotic and uncertain world. So calm and peaceful state in a chaotic and uncertain world, that is incredibly practical because the world doesn't care what you think. The world is doing whatever it's doing. And the world has a tendency to knock us off balance. I don't know about you, but it's like I go through my Facebook feed and it's like, right? There's just all this stuff. I turn on the news, I'm having conversations at dinner, right? There's just so many negatives that are out there in the world right now. To be able to stay in a calm and peaceful state, totally aligned, is really amazing. So there's a couple things that I've noticed are really tweaking us lately, and I want to talk about this. Terrorism. There's this threat of terrorism that is causing so many of my clients and all the people that I'm connected to through social media. They're like, oh, Matthew, how do I deal with this? I'm so scared. What are we going to do? Riots, we have demonstrations, we have racial tensions, we have corrupt corporations. We're like, how am I supposed to do it? I'm the little guy and I don't have any power, right? Or political uncertainty. Are we going to war? Is there, is he going to ruin everything? Is she going to do this? Is he going to kill us off? Or, we have all of this stuff. It's running through our head, and you know what the effect of it is? We have fear, and we got anxiety, and we got depression and apathy, and we have stress, and we have uncertainty, and we go into this divisiveness where all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, don't tell me what to do. It's supposed to be like this, and we get argumentative, and we start to fight with people, and we start to express our opinions in a way that's like, no, it can't be like that. And you know what? Whatever you push against comes at you. You have to learn a new way. And I know that if you're still watching this right now, you're a person who's devoted to having a quiet mind and living an epic life. So, what's the underlying cause of all of this stuff? Well, the underlying cause is what I call the drunk monkey. It's a little nickname that I came up with about 25 years ago or so. For all that chatter in our mind, it's a survival system, and really it's an unenlightened perspective. Today I want to help you to develop some enlightened perspectives. I think you probably already have some, and I want to enhance them so that you can feel more peace, more flow in all of this chaos and uncertainty, okay? So what is the typical thing that we do that doesn't work? Solutions that don't work, we typically say things like this. Okay, I just gotta work on being happy. I'm gonna do my gratitudes. I'm gonna do my affirmations. I'm gonna chant things in the mirror, right? We have all these things. I'm gonna visualize. We have all this stuff that we do that we hope is gonna somehow get us to be in a positive place. But have you noticed that the drunk monkey in your head does not cooperate? Have you noticed that the drunk monkey will literally, you'll say, okay, I'm in love with my life, and you're doing all these positive things, and the drunk monkey's like, you're so stupid, you're an idiot, we're gonna all die. What are we gonna do if there's a nuclear war? How are we gonna figure out how to survive? What if the whole market crashes? Are we gonna lose our house, right? Of just all of this stuff. The drunk monkey, you try to be positive, the drunk monkey sideswipes you. So you know what we do? We do exercise. That's a good thing to do. Meditation, yoga, these things, I find them to be very helpful. But are they helpful long term? Not really. Have you noticed you can exercise, meditate, do yoga, you can do all that, and there's like a experience that you have for a certain period of time, but then it starts to wear off. and you don't actually, so there's like a buzz that you get, right? You get high when you do those things, but then the buzz and the high wears off, and then you go back to the normal reality, and you have that, rah, rah, what if, and oh my gosh, and we're all gonna die, right? And then the last thing that we think is a solution to all of this is, I'm just gonna think it through, I'm gonna think about it, and you notice that the mind just over and over and over and over, ruminating. Well, guess what? Those are not the solutions. The actual solution is to practice an enlightened perspective. An enlightened perspective helps you to become unattached to the outcome. Attachment it's an exaggerated fear that we have that I'm going to lose a positive benefit. So if you have an attachment, for example, there was a client that I was talking to recently about signing up for my coaching, and this person was like a mega billionaire person, right? And all of a sudden I just noticed that here comes the mind going like, well, if they don't sign up, then that means you're not good enough, and you're not, right? And all of a sudden I'm like, what's going on here, right? I was getting attached to, if this person signed up, what it meant was I was good enough. No, it doesn't mean that at all, drunk monkey. Thank you. You have to learn enlightened perspectives to be able to become unattached or non-reactive, right? I'll have my feed going on Facebook, and here comes something on like, we're all gonna die, and there's gonna be a nuclear war, and here's how you prepare. And I just notice my body goes like, right? I get this little thing, and then I have to use an enlightened perspective to go like, come on, come back to the present moment now. Let's think about this in a way that's effective, that is empowering. I also want to be creative. I don't want to be shut down. I want to be resourceful. I want to be able to do what I want. And ultimately, I want to feel empowered. That's the actual solution. It's practicing an enlightened perspective to become all of those things. And I got 4 things that I want to share with you today to help you have that happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to feel positive, uplifted, and empowered right now. Right now. Even when the world is negative, uncertain, scary, and chaotic. You ready? Simple stuff. Play with me here. Number 1, you need to admit that your opinions are the source of your suffering. Not the world. The world is doing whatever it's doing, but then you're describing it. And when you describe the world, you describe it in a way that is like you know what's going on, and you don't know what's going on. You're making up stories. You're assessing. This is a survival system. Having opinions is a survival system. You have to catch the drunk monkey in your head, having opinions about all this stuff that you don't even know about. Having opinions, for example, it's like, well, you know what the president should do? He should A, B, C, D, E, right? Well, that's nice, but A, you're not the president. B, you don't have any control over that. And C, you don't know. Your guess is as good as his, right? So you have no idea. I have no idea. He has no idea. Everybody's just doing the best they can to move this thing forward. But when you have an opinion, you create decisiveness, and most of the time, that decisiveness or divisiveness, creates a negative feeling inside of you. If you didn't have an opinion about it, you'd be in the flow. If you didn't have an opinion about things, now, you notice that the moment I said that, if you didn't have an opinion about it, you'd be in the flow. Your brain goes like, oh, wait a second. If I don't have an opinion, how am I going to survive? How am I going to, you're not in a survival situation. You're in a thriving situation. What are you trying to do? Make more money, have better relationships, have more fun, enjoy your life more, experience more positive, pleasurable, fun, exciting things. That's called thriving. That's not surviving, okay? Opinions are about survival. You have to let them go. The next thing that I want you to do is number 2, and it's something that I call recontextualization. So recontextualization is the skill of describing the conditions and the circumstances of your life in a way that has you feel empowered so that you can do what you want to do. Now, recontextualization is 100% a skill because you are so programmed to describe things the way that you have been describing them your whole life. Well, that's this, and that's just the way it is, Matthew. You don't understand. Look at this. This is the way it is. It's just like that. I can't do anything about it. We actually describe things in a way that limit us, that make us feel like victims, systems that make us feel like I can't really say what I think because I'm going to lose some positive benefit if I do. We become traitors because of our way of describing things. Recontextualization is something that I want you to practice today. So the first thing is you have to admit your opinion. Come on, you're making things up. You have no idea. Nobody has any idea. Everybody's doing the best they can. So why not make things up that feel good? Now, people say, Matthew, isn't that Pollyanna? Yeah, there's an aspect of it that is Pollyanna, but we're also going to, in number 4, deal with things very sensibly today as well. So there's a push-pull. There's like a, yes, you describe things in a way that are effective, but you also deal with things very sensibly. You have to do both at the exact same time if you want to maintain an enlightened perspective so that your mind is quiet and your life becomes epic, okay? So recontextualization. Here's a story for you. 3 umpires. You got a master umpire who is teaching 2 other umpires, a newbie and an experienced umpire. And the master umpire just asked them a question, says, well, what do you know, how do you call a strike? And the newbie just jumps right in. Oh, let me tell you, I know. I could hear the ball's coming in, and then I look to see, is it in the strike zone? And then if it is, I call it, and it's a strike. And the master umpire, all right. Experienced umpire, he just says, look, it's either in the strike zone or it's not. The master umpire looks at both of these 2 guys a little disappointed, and he says, the ball ain't nothing till you call it. Your life ain't nothing till you call it, and you get to call it whatever it is that you want. I'll take an example here, okay? So it's sort of like, let's say you have a boss in your life who is nagging you all the time, right? Get this done, I need this, right? But here's the thing you need to know. They're not nagging you. That's a language pattern that you're using that makes you feel like they don't trust me. They don't think I'm gonna get it done on time. That, they're stressed out. You're actually creating a negative experience for yourself by orienting yourself to the situation in a way that actually degrades you. So there's so many different ways you could look at it. Why don't we just look at it like this? My boss is a person who is incredibly diligent, and they're asking me because maybe they have a deadline that I don't know about. Maybe there's some pressure that they're getting that I don't understand. Maybe my boss is like fearful that she is going to forget things. So she's constantly putting them back into the space with her words to help keep them alive for her. Maybe she doesn't keep a to-do list, right? I'm just gonna start to use a whole different way of describing recontextualization in a way that causes me to be empowered and predominantly has compassion for other people and recognizes people are doing the best they can in the situation. Let's look at number 3, okay? Because we want to get you to a place where you are positive, uplifted, feeling good, empowered in spite of the uncertainty, the negativity, and the chaos in the world. So I want you to see the drunk monkey for what it is. It's a survival system. That talking in your head is just a survival system. The concerns, the doubts, the figments of, or the little things of news come in, and then like, oh, and I need to remember to pay that bill, and like, oh, what's it going to be like when I'm with Bob tomorrow? And we're fantasizing, we're thinking, right? It's like the mind is just clouded with stuff nonstop. It's always going, and what it does is it blocks you from the experience of being right here, right now. And when you are right here, right now, no talking in your head. There's no talking in my head right now. There's nothing going on in there. And what that does is it gives me the capability of tuning into my intuition, tuning into my creativity, tuning into my resourcefulness, so that I'm able to perform at my best and have an epic life. Quiet mind, epic life. So you got to see the drunk monkey for what it is. It has opinions on everything, which we've already talked about it. So you need to, every opinion you need to say, how do you know? Where did you learn that? Are you the ruler of the universe? Does everybody need to bow down to your infinite wisdom? You realize where your opinions came from, right? It's like through observation, or other people told you stuff, or you read stuff, or you were born in a group of people and they all spoke about things in a certain way. Like you didn't develop those opinions. Most of them are not developed in a conscious fashion. I'm sure you have some that you've developed consciously, but I would be willing to bet the opinions that cause you to suffer are ones that you didn't develop on purpose. You didn't develop consciously, and they're taking you down. They're degrading you. You also will find that the drunk monkey, you need to see it for what it is. It has an opinion. It's also forecasting negative futures. The drunk monkey is not an optimism machine. It's not a positivity machine. In fact, there was a Harvard research study done. They made an iPhone app. They asked people to tell them what their mind was doing during certain activities, and the researchers were blown away because after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of inputs, what they discovered is that an idle mind, when there's nothing going on, when you don't have anything to focus on, an idle mind is a negative mind. It defaults to the negative. You can't count on the drunk monkey to be positive. Its job is to figure out what negative things are coming. How can I avoid them? Are there any positive things out there? Can I go get them? How do I avoid the negative things so I can get the positive things? The drunk monkey in your head, it's a survival system. It is your the ape inside of you. It's time for you to rise above that, to transcend it, to go into a state of pervasive and profound, unbelievable peace and flow and joy. And to do that, you have to see the mind for what it really is, okay? Then I want you to notice that the mind, the drunk monkey, is constantly trying to be right. It literally thinks that it's right about everything, and that labeling process is like, well, that is that, and that's what that is, and he always does it that way. And you know what? When the political people do that, that means this, right? It's like, you don't know what that means. You're literally just making things up. You're making things up. You're doing the best thing that you can, which is sort of to assess what you're experiencing and giving it a label. Stop doing that. Notice that you're labeling things, and the labels themselves actually cause you to suffer. Nothing else. The labels cause you to suffer. And then I want you to notice that you're holding people accountable to agreements they never made. Nobody signed up for your program, but you're like, well, he is doing it wrong. And if she would do this, then everything would be right. And you know what? We should be talking to be right. The president should be saying A, B, C, D, E. It's like, you have no idea what the president is supposed to be doing. The president is doing the best he can, I guess, right? But it's not on us. What's on you is to feel good right now. Because when you feel good right now, when you quiet the mind, when you remove the motive, see, the motive is to survive. So when you remove the motive, boom, rapid enlightenment occurs. And that's what my deal is. My deal is assisting you in removing the motive for thinking. And the motive is survival. And I hate to break the news, but you're not in a survival situation. So when we remove the motive for survival, the mind stops talking. And when it stops talking, you get creative, you get peaceful, you get loving, you get kind and joyous and compassionate. All of a sudden, the whole world seems amazing when you're in that state. Let's look at the fourth thing. We'll wrap it up, okay? Fourth thing, accept the negativity and then transform it. So Pollyanna tries to put her head in the sand and just be positive and doesn't take into account that negativity does exist. In fact, if you're really being honest with yourself, like when your mind goes completely quiet, you start to see that negativity is really just a moment in the timeline, and that it's almost always turning into something positive, that this negative thing is only negative because of the moment we're looking at it, and then it slowly bubbles up and creates and turns into something positive. And the speed at which that happens, negativity transforms into something positive, the speed is almost always connected to how willing you are to accept it. If you're willing to completely and fully accept and embrace the situation exactly as it is, not needing it to change, not resisting anything, not resisting anybody, if you're like, okay, that's it right there. We're at war, or we're getting bombed, or the economy just crashed, or there is terrorism, or these people just died, like just very sensibly accepting that's what happened, and none of my emotions are going to do anything about it. None of my mentation and my opinions and the garbage in my head is going to change that's what it is. The moment you accept it, you speed up your transformation into creativity and empowerment and resourcefulness, which generally produces a positive result. So the game for you is to start looking at, where am I being a victim? And then looking at, what is my motive for being a victim? Because almost always your motive is to manipulate the people around you. So what's the motive? Start to understand, what are my motivations? Why do I want to be powerless? I can't help it, and that's just the way the world is, and it's just not my fault. Why do I want to be that? What am I trying to accomplish? And I guarantee you, when you begin to question the drunk monkey, you'll see that what you're trying to accomplish is to manipulate the other people to take care of you. And when you release that, you become empowered. The other thing, so that's acceptance, accepting that you are playing the victim role. The other thing to accept is the worst case scenario. So I just want you to take these things that you're fearing, and I want you to work them all the way through to the very end, to like absolute total annihilation, destruction of your life. And then I want you to like look it right in the eye and then make a plan. Okay, so let's say the economy crashes, I lose my house, I lose my car, I end up on the street, blah, 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 all of this stuff, right? These are like natural concerns that people have. And all I want you to do is I want you to say, okay, now if that happens, what am I going to do? And I want you to come up with a plan. And what that does is it causes the drunk monkey to go, oh, all right, well, we don't need to think about that anymore. And isn't that a blessing? We don't need to think about that anymore. That is a huge blessing. Quiet mind, epic life. 4 things that I want you to take on, okay? So listen, modern enlightenment is the ability to maintain a calm and peaceful state in a chaotic and uncertain world. That is what I want to assist you to do. Go to MatthewFerry.com, check out the stuff that I'm doing over there. I got blog posts and videos and things like that that may help you. Leave a comment below. Love to chat with you about anything that I talked about here. It's completely open. I have no opinion and I have no resistance to anything that you would say, okay? Looking forward to hearing from you. Have an amazing day.